All right, Agatha all along fans, we're in this we're so close. We're about to be in episode 6 and essentially we're about to find out what happens to Billy Kaplan, aka Teen, aka Wiccan, and how he got essentially to where he met with Agatha right after the hex, or so we thought. Anyways, we're going to dive into that episode. This is a spoiler for possible rumors and whatever going around and exactly how we think they get there. So first off, let's get right into it. So if you look this week, essentially next week on Agatha All Along from Scarlet Witch Update. So essentially, if you can tell, there's 4 photos. I'm going to zoom into some of these photos because some of them are very specific. As you can tell, the 2 bottom ones are exactly what we already saw in episode, I believe it was 1 and 2, where Agatha comes into contact with Billy Kaplan, aka Teen, the boy who she doesn't know who he is. Top right, you can see he gets a letter of some sort, and in the top left, some kind of user messages him, and I'm going to zoom in on that one. So if you look carefully, you can see me again right there. User has posted an image link, and this comes from the 4th level warlock, and it says, look familiar? First off, let's get into it. 4th level warlock is not Hulkling. Hulkling is not in this show. Hulkling would not know who Agatha is, giving it to Billy. 4th level warlock is Rio, the Green Witch. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's in green. Could also be one of her other alias names, as we do know she also is Death and whatnot. And obviously, Billy, after the hex comes down, he essentially goes into the entering body of a teenage boy who just got into a car accident with his family, and they died. And as the body goes, or as the spirit goes away, he swoops on into that body. And there you go. And then obviously, once again, I'm going to pop that picture back up. As you can tell, he doesn't know what's going on. He's just trying to find out his purpose, how he got there, what's going on, gets that email, and then obviously gets that letter, and he's looking at it, and obviously somebody's trying to tell him, hey, you need to essentially go with Agatha. You need to find her to get the answers to the bigger picture. Obviously, he's more than likely looking for his brother and his mother, but more likely his brother, which is going to lead us into the next part. So essentially, if you look right here, Agatha Harkness still in Westview. That's the paper with the circle. That's obviously what he's looking at in that one picture. So these are more parts that are obviously leading us into the perspective or the point of view of Wiccan, aka Billy, who in the next episode is going to learn all about the hex, learn about coming down, how he's like 3 years old, and throughout that time he was wandering just around Westview. The boy died, he went into his body after the car crash, and how he then met up with Agatha. And I think we're going to learn that he put the sigil on himself, because throughout last week's episode we learned that Agatha said it was too amateur-like. She wouldn't do it. It was too sloppy. And it's just coming out more that obviously Wiccan's doing this to himself because he knows a lot more than we think. Hence how he knows how to do his all powers and everything. How he's twirling the hands. Just like Wanda, he doesn't have to know spells. It just comes to him. But I feel like he knows a lot more, and he essentially came to Agatha because it's Agatha Harkness. Like he said, he's researched about her for years. Since her Salem times, she has been on the witch's road, and she is the best chance for him to get to the end. So obviously we're going to continue with them probably being thrown in the mud from the start. We're going to learn about all that, and then obviously it's going to flashback, and then it's probably going to end with him meeting Agatha like we saw. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. There's a couple more details that I'd like to show you, and I'm going to do that right now. So essentially, like I said, episode 6 is Billy recap on after the hex came down. Episode 7, the rumored is Lilia's trial, which is the Green Witch, and her being dressed as the Queen, and Agatha being the Green Witch, and obviously her dying there. Then episode 8, the next rumor is Agatha fighting Rio and getting her magic back. And episode 9, Agatha's deal, stealing magic and meeting Rio. But we're going to find out exactly who she made a deal with and how she gave up her son for the Darkhold. Obviously, I'm going to leave those to the next video. The next video we'll go over Lilia's trial and what we think it is and how it's going to end and whatnot. But for now, that's all I'm going to leave you with. I hope you guys have been enjoying Agatha all along, just as much as I have. Been a great show, and I am more excited for the next episode than Catherine Hahn when she just found out she got her own set of Mickey ears. I'll catch y'all in the next one.